16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
A man who once aimed to be known as the most versatile performer in Bollywood, if not the best singer of India. Undoubtedly skilled and talented for that dream of his. Yet was now decided to etch his signature in the hearts of his customers by welcoming them back with "See you when you're hungry." Paresh Bhatia, a restaurateur redefining customer care with a personal touch. Located at Jufair Beach, the Roti Shoti Sarabjit's Kitchen is a vibrant food truck that has become a popular hangout spot for those who love Indian desi chaats and more. The truck started as a passion project for Paresh and his wife Sarabjit, the master chef, also lovely parents to two, and it has now turned into a success story with its signature snacks making one nostalgic, and is acclaimed to have the best vada pav, their favorite Indian street food snack in town. The journey of Roti Shoti to triumph is a testament to the couple's passion for cooking and desire to share their dishes with the world. Born and brought up in Bahrain, Paresh's family is from India, Mumbai. A talented singer, DJ and former radio jockey, Paresh's musical journey spans over 27 years, during which he won the prestigious Zee TV Saregamapa Middle East title in 2006. The show made him famous as Aapka Paresh, meaning Your Paresh, which took him close to people's hearts. Apart from music, Paresh has also modelled and walked the ramp in the past, although he no longer pursues it due to lack of time. He believes in social service and annually participates in several charity events. Paresh's live singing performances are known for their interactive nature, and he derives immense pleasure from them. He's a people's person and makes friends easily. His easygoing attitude towards life is reflected in his belief of living for today and not worrying about tomorrow. Paresh is not just a super successful entertainer. but also an entrepreneur with a magic touch. From entertaining audiences to managing a thriving business, Paresh has seamlessly transitioned into the world of entrepreneurship, leaving his mark with his innovative ideas and passion for success. His story is one of sweet, savory, and lip-smacking, and his journey is a testament to the fact that with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. Joining us this evening on Biz Talk from BMC Global Live, a show which features success stories of business leaders, it is Aapka Paresh, who is ready to greet you when you're hungry at the Roti Shoti Sarabjit's Kitchen in Jufair. Entrepreneur, entertainer, and influencer, Paresh Bhatia. Once a singer aspiring to be the best in India, has now chosen to focus on welcoming his customers with a simple yet powerful phrase, "See you when you're hungry." It's a story of a journey from that of Bollywood dreams to heartfelt hospitality. Yes, it is the one and only Paresh Bhatia joining us this evening on Biz Talk from BMC Global Live. Good evening, Paresh. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Raji. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on board.
It's
BMC.
such a joy.
Thank you so much.
It's such a joy.
Pleasure's all mine.
Because I say it's a joy because we are going to listen to the story from the very popular nickname Aapka Paresh to this hashtag, "See you when you're hungry." So to begin this evening, I would want you to take us through this journey of yours, because people in Bahrain have known you as Aapka Paresh.
That's right.
Which is so close to heart, and I still remember the radio days. We used to love that phrase and the songs and your energy, your entertainment. And now I'm sure we love you all the more with those delicacies out there in Roti Shoti Sarabjit's Kitchen by the Jufair Beach. All the more with that smiling face ever, calling you back, "See you when you're hungry."
Absolutely.
So this journey, tell us, from there to here, you once wanted to be a singer, and now see where you are, what you're doing. Tell us about it.
So I believe personally, everybody has a bit of Aapka Paresh in him or her. Is the reason why people connect with me. Aapka Paresh was instrumental with the Saregamapa days, the Middle East Muqabla, which I won sometime 2004 and 2006. Having said which, we had to have a tagline whereby people had to vote for me.
The final
on the
appeal.
television.
Okay.
And the graphical illusion would be, Aapka Paresh against the 3 or 4 other singers are rated at that level, and it went on for about 2 or 3 months with Z Telefilms. And then I was like, what am I going to say to people? How can I connect with people? So I said, singer to sabhi ban jate, means everyone's a singer in his or her way. But main hu Paresh, Aapka Paresh, I am Paresh, you're Paresh, yeah? And you can vote for me by doing that.
Okay, it just like that came?
Just came from nowhere. I think some things are destined to happen. Aapka Paresh was meant to have born then, to have continued with the radio station 104.2 FM. Yes. And I think every kid when I was in the radio station would say, "Main hu Paresh, Aapka Paresh." So they would initially say this, and they would put their name where Aapka Paresh was.
Okay.
Yeah. And somehow the best of the best were innocent kids or the elderly uncles and aunties who would give you an instant feedback or an instant response as to
honest.
Yeah. No mirch masala.
Yeah.
Just like we had in Roti Shoti. So that's where I think Aapka Paresh was born. He continues to exist, but in a different way. Aapka Paresh used to enjoy great food at different restaurants.
Okay.
I used to go to restaurants in Bahrain and otherwise in India, wherever I used to go. I used to enjoy the meal. Whatever I enjoyed, I used to click pictures of. At that point in time, we never had bloggers or influencers. Right. So for me, it was whatever I enjoyed, let's click a picture of it.
Save the moment.
And tell the world
about it.
I went here, you can enjoy it too. And what I didn't enjoy, I never highlighted. I just said, just ignore that, put it to one side. Let's be positive and let's just highlight the plus about the restaurant. With my family, each time I left the restaurant, I would carry the menu card. I used to collect menu cards. Okay. And each time I left the restaurant, I would say, one day. So I think it's a blessing in disguise that one day, having said one day at each and every restaurant that I exited from, was bringing me closer to my destiny. Yeah. So that one day happened on 15th of December 2020, when we were at the peak of the pandemic. Without my wife Sarabjit,
I was about to ask you on
Roti
that,
Shoti
yeah.
Sarabjit's kitchen, I'd be a nobody.
I'll just cut you there.
Yeah.
And I would want to tell all our listeners about Sarabjit. Though I have Paresh sitting with me here, I would say there is a more radiant smile awaiting you at Roti Shoti, and that is Sarabjit's. I've had an opportunity to interact with her personally, and such a gem of a woman with magic at her fingertips. You must go taste her food. It's not promotion, it's true from my heart. And when Paresh is speaking about Roti Shoti is nothing without Sarabjit. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Tell us about her skills, and I know the story, but I want to hear it.
So we are a wonderful family of four, well, just like you and I and everyone else. Everyone has dreams, everyone has wishes, everyone wants to get there, everyone has his own struggle, but ours was different. People were dying in the Kingdom of Bahrain due to the pandemic, and I used to believe we had 14 days to live, all of us. If we lived through those 14 days, we survived the pandemic. So if you got COVID, you'd have to
be in isolation for 14
in isolation
days.
For and then if you made it, you survived. If you didn't, so I salute all those people who bravely fought it. All the doctors, the nurses who looked after us. Bahrain, for that matter, I think was rated right on top, and the way they actually approached the whole thing, kudos to the entire leadership for educating people on how to take things forward. And we were all conscious of life and death at that point in time. Whilst people were struggling, we said to ourselves, let's get out there and make people happy. One way to make people happy is music. Acha khana, acha gana. Other one is good food. So I have been blessed to enjoy a great meal initially by my mother. She's a very good cook. Then my sister, another very good cook, and my wife. She absorbed both their cuisines. Again, I asked my mom to write recipe books. She didn't believe me. I asked my sister to write recipe books. She didn't believe me. And then came my wife, and I've been asking her for the last 20 years, let's get out there. If I am blessed to enjoy such a great meal every single day, everyone else should. I think the turning point was the pandemic, is where there was a complete U-turn for a moment in the thought process and the approach of taking life forward. So we all have a learning curve. I think I'm still learning. I'm sure there are a lot more turns and twists in my life, but it's been a roller coaster ride, and I'm fortunate that we're on the steering wheel right now with Roti Shoti Sarabjit's Kitchen. It's a daily different menu that we offer, and it's homemade, home taste. So during the pandemic, people were conscious of hygiene, healthy food, very conscious of
I was about to ask you that, because you started in the thick of times when all these factors were of importance, hygiene and homemade khana. How did you survive there? How did people trust you at that time, you know?
So, I'd been looking for a food truck for about two plus years, and there wasn't real guidance as to how I could acquire one. The moment I realized it, and the truck was right in front of me, my destiny was right in front of me, and someone said, "That's the truck. See if you like it, you can run it." I was like, okay. I took my wife there with my kids, and with all excitement, they were like, "Are you sure?" I said, "I'm not even sure. We're going to start this tomorrow." They were surprised. So we bought 3 pots of different sizes. In Jufair, I realized the wives in Jufair want their husbands to bring in a meal when they come back home. And the times had changed. Most of the people were working 8 to 4 as a straight shift. So at 4 p.m. you could come and enjoy a chai, etc., or you could bring in a meal home, so the wife didn't have to cook in the evening. And we wanted to serve Punjabi food, so whether it was 1 veg, 1 non-veg, rice and chapatis. That was the plan. People have money in the pocket in Jufair. I said, let's capitalize on it. The moment we started, we realized people came and asked, "You don't have pakoras? You don't have chai? You don't have vada pav?" And things like that. So we sustained it for 1 week, and we stood our ground firmly, said,
"You only have this.
We have 3 pots." And then we said, if you can't beat them, join them.
Okay.
Yeah? We offered them everything they asked for, and that's who we are right now.
Okay.
Slowly and steadily, we brought back our main course.
Okay, yeah.
For
which I know
how
that.
we were interested in starting this. Punjabi cuisine is very colorful, very flavorful, and I somehow believe there are more South Indians wearing Punjabi suits or salwar kameez than the Punjabis themselves.
That's right.
Yeah, so it tells you the story. Yeah, I personally enjoy going and enjoying my dosa, vada, sambar, and all these things. But I know for a fact that people enjoy Punjabi cuisine, and they want to come and eat specific items. And if you don't have them, it's challenging for us to make them. So that's how it all started. I made 23 vada pavs to make the 24th one taste just like Mumbai.
Okay, interesting.
With the statement that I wanted to tell the rest of the restaurants in Bahrain who already had vada pavs, who already had it in them, one, they had become complacent, very relaxed. I have it, and people come and eat it, and so on and so forth. But let's take this to next level. Yeah, the Mumbai ka Raja vada pav, closest to my heart. People ask us to cut it, we don't.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't. We give them a big knife to cut it. If I had a sword, I would give them that. Okay. So it's to entertain and bring out the humor. When you ask me to cut it, I bring it out and say, "You cut it yourself." Yeah, it's my baby. So having said which, I made 23 vada pavs to make the 24th one taste just like Mumbai. So when you come to Roti Shoti, it's a bit of nostalgia. It will take you to places where you've eaten your best or favorite vada pav, and you'll instantly have a connect with Roti Shoti. The first bite itself will lead you to saying, "Oh, I was in college canteen, oh, I was at the chapati, oh, I was getting married, or I was having a kid and I had a vada pav." So that's been our vada pav connect. We started off with 5 items. Today we have about 35 items on the menu, and on the main course or certain items of our street food change on a regular basis. We post our menu every single day on our social media pages, and people follow us.
Yes, of course.
And if we don't post it on time, people ask us, "So what's the menu?
What's the menu today?" Yes.
There are certain other people who know it all. They don't want to check the menu, and they want to show up there, and they'll come and ask me, "So have you got sarson da saag today?" No, sarson da saag is not available today. It was there yesterday. Did you check the menu? Okay. So it's a bit about educating each other, and it's a bit about learning. We are learning ourselves as to what people want and what people would want to want in the future. So that's a bit about Roti Shoti. When it comes to Sarabjit, she's got blessed fingers, yeah, like my mother and my sister. And I'm fortunate to have her as my wife who balances the entire household. Both of us were property managers, property consultants at one point in time. I was for 25 years, which I said bye-bye to because I had to fulfill my own dreams. I had lived a dream of my company. I'm thankful to the Yateems, the Yateem group, for having me on board for 25 years as a property manager. But there came a point in time where you say, I've got to live my dream now. One of my dreams have, of course, been singer or a DJ or a vocalist or a radio jockey and now an entrepreneur. So I think whenever you have a master chef, Sarabjit, there's got to be a mastermind, Aapka Paresh, who's got to conceptualize the whole thing. And Sarabjit had to be branded, packaged in such a way. She makes great food. How do you put it on a platter? So the creative thought of my learning on the advertising agencies, the media agencies has helped me a lot. We do our own social media, and it's nice to do it yourself. So as a family, the kids have taken a back seat. The hormones change at times. But yeah, I want to leave a legacy behind of Roti Shoti, whether it's for the children or whether I have a franchise, or eventually if I hand it over to a charity institute who runs Roti Shoti them.
Beautiful. What a beautiful thought. So that's Paresh Bhatia, and you will get to see him soon after the show with a smiling face alongside Sarabjit. So feel free to, they can run to you, right?
Absolutely.
Soon after the show.
I'll give them a jadoo ki jappi.
Yes, and they,
hug.
with that magic hug and as well as some yummy chaat. So let's take a short break. Welcome back to Biz Talk from BMC Global Live, and with me tonight is Aapka Paresh. Paresh, you just mentioned about the food truck. I just want to have some inputs from you because you are among the early birds who were really looking for a food truck, as you said now. Now it's quite common in Bahrain, I would say, but honestly, in my observation and understanding, I see many abandoned trucks, you know, who has been once upon a time perhaps prior COVID or during COVID started and then they've been abandoned. You said you had trouble in finding one. Like, how do you find that business of food trucks in Bahrain? What is your opinion about it?
So I would say food truck, running a food truck is an art. Not everyone can run a food truck simply because of the space constraints. Number one, you got limited space. If you got two people or more than two people for whatever reason inside the truck, it can be cramped up, can get crowded. If you realize a lot of food trucks sell about 5 items on the menu, and you have a menu produced right in front of you. Whereas our menu is on the social media, on Instagram or Facebook. Our menu changes every day. So we are Desis, we are Indians, and we like to have a variety of food, and our wishful thinking never ends as to, I wish they could offer me, you know, that and that today and that, and you, like I said, you can be wishful, but your cravings never stop, and because of people's cravings is who we are today. You've seen a lot of abandoned trucks simply because the passion, the drive somehow deteriorates. It's like a law of diminishing marginal utility. More trucks, pandemic, I want to have it too. Having a food truck meant you can serve food outside. Certain restaurants were not allowed to serve food as dine-in, whereas the food trucks were allowed to serve food because it was an open concept. Now, that open concept led to more food trucks. More food trucks were customized in Bahrain, being produced in Bahrain. And then came a point in time after a year and a half, most food trucks were serving burgers or fries. Now, how many of the trucks can sustain having burgers after burgers and tikkas after tikka shops? So, your food's got to really taste nice to sustain. So, if I tried your food truck today, I'll try the next one the other day. I may come back to you after 2 days or try out some other restaurant in Bahrain. Ours was slightly different.
Yeah, you had a different menu every day.
Yeah, people think we are a restaurant than a food truck. Okay. So when they come and sit in front of the truck, they anticipate it's going to be available. How can a vada pav be over, before time? So we distinctly highlight on our menu 6 to 11 p.m. or until stocks last, whichever comes first. Yeah. If I have sold out, I thank God and go home. Yeah, I'm done for the day. Thank you, God. If not, I have to distribute it amongst the other food truck operators or guys in my building and things like that. Now, a whole lot of food trucks are not registered, is why they're abandoned. So, the laws are in place now. You need to have a restaurant to have a food truck. Oh, okay. So I'll not go into details of this, but you need to have a restaurant to actually have meals on wheels. A whole lot of trucks are out there, but they've got a shell and core, and they start selling. And when the authorities come and inspect and check, the first thing when they check is your CR. Is it valid? Are you following norms? Yeah. Cylinders are not allowed. You need to cook in electrical fryers. Are you following the norm? Things like that. Is your food truck made out of metal or wood? Wood's not allowed. It can catch fire easily. It's just logic behind it. So I'm thankful that these laws are in place now, and we are following the laws. Otherwise, you've got violation stickers put on your truck. There are very many locations which had food trucks which have been emptied now because the bulldozers come and say, hey guys, we gave you a fine, you didn't listen to us. So follow the rules, run the truck, continue the passion. Why would you want to do something which you're not allowed to?
That's universal. I think it applies to every profession,
So we just are.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people come and ask, how do you run a food truck? And I say, give him one more vada pav. There's another person coming and asking, can I have information? We give out information at the truck, but to a certain degree.
Coming back to Roti Shoti, tell us about your one evening at Roti Shoti and how does the planning go? Because you said I'm sure you cannot cook everything there, isn't it? How do you plan? And I think you take a day off, which is Saturday.
Saturdays are baby's day out.
Baby's day out, yes. So the rest of the week, like the 6 days, I think you plan your menus just the previous day,
That's right.
as you said. How does it go? Tell us about your 1 week and 1 day at the truck.
So, acha khana, acha gana. To all the couples out there.
We'll come to the Ghana and you have to sing for us as well.
I surely will, with pleasure. To all the couples out there who are planning to do things like these together, not always is easy to work together as a couple. But when you work together, I think it makes a whole lot of difference to your love life and to your lifestyle. For the last 2.5 years, our most romantic line has been, Kal kya banana hai? What are we going to make tomorrow before we hit the bed? That's where our menu is born. We decide before we hit the bed as to what purchasing needs to be done from the central market or from the supermarkets, and what we are going to be making in our kitchen. We've got a team who helps Sarabjit. The first of its kind, where we've got professional chefs who we've asked to forget what you learned, unlearn, and learn what Sarabjit is going to teach you. Why? Because she teaches you how to cook a home cooked meal which has no color, no artificial flavor, etc., etc. So what we eat is what we offer our guests. So that's how the menu is prepared, and a whole lot of things which with experience we know it's going to take that much amount of time to go through the day as a process, and the process is going to happen every single day, day in, day out. Every time it's a fresh prep. There are no deep freezers where we can keep something and give it away again and offer it to guests. Don't believe in that. A concept is clear. Fresh food every single time. So if it's fresh, there's no mother's recipe. If it's fresh, you're going to enjoy it anyways. Yeah, that's how it works, and yeah, that's how.
What do you do on Saturdays? The precious Saturdays, I would say.
A lot. A lot of sleep for a start. I think the body needs that much of a rest after running about, because when I say drive the passion, you got to pick up those chairs, you got to pick up the tables, put it down again, you got to lay the same foundation over and over again, so it can get monotonous and it can lose your drive somewhere down the line. My approach to it has been as aggressive and as passionate as day one, as if I've opened the truck today. When you come to the truck, you'll find the same enthu which I had 2.5 years ago.
So before we break, can we have your menu, please? The way you recite it to your customers.
So we've got...
What do you have today, Paresh?
We've got a whole lot of items which are bestsellers. They become bestsellers when people appreciate them.
Those are the regulars, right? You have it every day.
Every single day. And then we've got our today's special.
Yeah, that's so like 3 to 4?
4 items, maybe 2 chicken items, 2 vegetarian items. They could be main course or street food, ranging from Amritsari pindi chole kulche, which is a popular dish back home, sarso da saag makke di roti. Some people like Indo-Chinese, so we got chili chicken, we got chicken 65. People wanted momos, we were offering them momos now, veg momos and chicken momos. So it continues. But having said which, when a car arrives, so we serve people dine in, take away, or in the car at any given climate, whether it's heavy winds, whether it's rain, or whether it's hot and humid. So people turn the air cons on, sit in the car, their car gets glass get frosted, and here we are, still serving food. And for instance, if a newcomer lands at Roti Shoti, the question will always be, is it your first time? Because we recognize our regulars. And our regulars become more regulars and then become extended family, as we call them. Any newbie, when he or she comes in, the first question would be, is it your first time? When it's first time, an introduction about myself and the restaurant, who we are, and then our today's special. So today's special is nice and slow. Amritsari pindi chole kulche, veg chow mein, more kali mirch. Today's special sweet is kheer, and then the fast train of Mumbai comes into place. Vada pav, Punjabi samosa, aloo kachori, ghee jalebi, highway chai, pani puri, dahi puri, Delhi papri chaat, samosa chaat, kachori chaat, sweet lassi, chhas, highway chai, gulab jamun, ghee jalebi. So that goes in a very fast-paced motion, and it becomes a source of entertainment. So you've already broken the ice, you made him smile. The next step is to bring him out of the car and dine in. Yeah.
You start around 6 o'clock, right?
6 o'clock.
And by what time do you usually wind up?
We wind up by 11 p.m. By the time we close, it's about 11:30, midnight. There are certain times we go all the way to midnight and beyond, because we have people coming and dining in. And we personally believe God comes in different ways. So don't say no.
All right.
Yeah.
So All those who are listening to us, watching us, you have time till midnight. So do catch up Paresh after 9 at Roti Shoti, Sarabjit's Kitchen. Let's take a short break on BMC Global Live.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back to Biz Talk from BMC Global Live, and with me tonight is Paresh Bhatia. So we have had a good lengthy chat about Roti Shoti, and I'm sure I'm running to Roti Shoti after the show.
Looking forward.
There are many,
See you when
I'm
you're
sure. Yeah. I'm yet to try your king, by the way. My favorite remains the Pani Puri. I was a no chaat person. I've told this to Sarabjit as well. Chaat was not my kind of dish, but I would love to have Sarabjit's Pani Puri every day. I wouldn't mind. Nice. And even your Kachori Pav is brilliant. Yet to try the king. I would do that very soon. So Paresh, take us back to your good old days. I know you're a Bahraini, true blue Bahraini, born and brought up in Indian school alumnus, and you were part of the social fabric. You were Aapka Paresh on the radio, you were on every possible stage, the DJ part of it, an entertainer, an influencer. Tell us about those days, the energy, how did you get that from?
So I'm blessed to be born as Sushil Bhatia's son. Sushil Bhatia was instrumental when it came to music, my father. He is a singer, he's an entertainer, and I think our blood has been contaminated. Yeah, we come from a musical background, and somewhere down the line, I used to be in my father's shadow, and it's difficult to break out in the open when you're in a shadow. He's so great, yeah. So I took a trip to Mumbai, and I said to my father and mother, I want to go and join college, and I was about 17 then, and when I moved from Bahrain to Mumbai, everything transformed. I learned how I could become an individual and then follow what I had absorbed from my father as well. So music was in my blood, it was just not out there. Today probably everyone wants to become an Aapka Paresh, but you've got to go through challenges because people judge the book by its cover before they would even flip the cover. So I would suggest open the book, flip the pages, stop by to the ones you like, ignore the ones you don't like. That's the way forward. To all the budding artists out there, a bit of learning curve again. Do learn your music, even if it's for a short span of time, to have control over your mastery, whether it's any talent for that matter, sketching, drawing, painting, singing, or becoming an entrepreneur. So we all got to learn before we have decided that I've had enough of learning. There's never an enough of learning. It's always a learning process throughout life, I think. So I used to break dance, and I didn't realize from break dancing to singing. So I heard somebody by the name of Falguni Pathak, who's very popular. She was in our college. I was from the MMK. And I heard her on my college day, and instantly I was like, I can do that. I was humming her song and I was like, I can do that, and probably I can do it as close to how she's doing. So the following year I took part in my youth festival. There are youth festivals in India. And during my audition, I came first. So there was a new face, a new voice which appeared in MMK. I came first in the contest itself. There was no stopping from there on. Yes, I wanted to attend college, but my professors used to mark my attendance and send me to intercollegiate contests. When I used to come back, with a medal or a trophy, and I used to have my name written on the blackboard in the quadrangle. And when I used to walk in the college, I used to have cheers from my college buddies who I didn't even know. So that's a bit of a story. It's like a dreamy world, which I traveled for 5 years from junior college to the time I graduated. And then I came back to Bahrain. I virtually ruled for about 10-15 years. I had an orchestra called Sargam. I used to sing along with other bands like Friends and Tarang and others who were very popular then. So when I came down initially, I was offered 1 song as compared to any other singer who would get 10 songs. So I said to myself, we got to change or turn things around. I got to be singing those 20 songs, and the one who's singing those 20, make him sing 1 song. How can we make a difference? So I did a whole lot of rehearsals. I did a whole lot of shake up between myself and the mirror. The mirror never lies. Monkey business is what I did. And I started performing on stage. So I wasn't a singer who would stand in one place and sing. I became a showbiz or stardom had struck me. I would jump off the stage and go into the audience and make them sing. I used to dance on the stage as a performer, and the energy would rise after every show. And once you start doing it, you naturally become mechanical in a way, but the fluency comes in both your singing and your talent. So having said which, again, I'm fortunate that people have accepted me for who I am or who I was to who I have become. The music has continued, but just in a different way. I have slowed down a bit. I used to get every single show, whether it was singing, DJing, anchoring, you name it. But I chose myself to slow down a bit, simply because, hate to say it, we all are aging in a way. Yeah, gonna turn 52 next year, but I think like a 26-year-old. So the body sometimes tells you, hang on, yeah, and pass the buck, pass it to the newcomers, encourage the newbies, and pass on your music, pass on that legacy. It's very important that you pass it on and always collaborate and be supportive of the newer talent. So I have done that. I still do a whole lot of karaokes, whether it's corporate or private. We got a couple of microphones at Roti Shoti as well. If you want to come and sing along whilst you're waiting to place your order, that's possible as well. So the music continues.
Who's your favorite singer?
2 really. The legendary Kishore Kumar and the living legend Sonu Nigam.
Okay. Would you like to sing a couple of lines for us?
Yeah, why not?
Do you need a mic?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. So there is a song very close to my heart. Everybody's got to go someday or the other, away from life, away from somebody, away from what you're doing, maybe soul searching. And it's called Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna.
Yes.
अलविदा तो अंत है और अंत किसने देखा, ये जुदाई भी मिलन है जो हमने देखा, यादों में आकर तुम यूं ही गाते रहना. Sing along. Kabhi alvida na kehna, kabhi alvida na kehna, chalte chalte मेरे ये गीत याद रखना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, रोते हंसते बस यूं ही तुम गुनगुनाते रहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना, कभी अलविदा ना कहना. Never say goodbye.
Beautiful, beautiful. I know it's always difficult to say goodbye, but yet, you know, everything has to come to an end. But before we wind up the show, what are your future plans?
Very good question. Honestly, I don't know. But what I know, I surely would want Roti Shoti to become a franchise. In a way, if possible. I would like to have a couple of Roti Shotis across the globe. In Bahrain, of course, but across the globe. We've got opportunities from Canada, USA, Australia, Dubai, and where else, wherever it's possible. I'd also like to leave a legacy behind, like I said, for Roti Shoti, for the next generation, if that's possible. If that happens, great. If they continue to run the momentum, great. If not, I leave it to somebody who wants to take it on board, even if it's a charity institution, and say tathastu.
What about your children? Are they interested in the...
So every child is special, and we as parents have pre-decided what they want to do. So we've also decided what they should be doing, but I realize as a parent, one needs to leave them free for whatever they wish to choose. My daughter wanted to run a cafe, and her dream of running a cafe happened about 5 or 6 years ago, and now it's diminished. She wants to do interior designing, or she wants to become an architect. But I realize that's inbuilt, it's inside, and it's going to come out someday. So even if she's saying she does not want to run a cafeteria because of the work involved, it's not easy, it's difficult. There's no other life than your restaurant. You can't go anywhere like anyone else. So they say kids are going out, watching movies, playing, doing things. We are here, behind the kitchen, doing, making food. So there comes a point in time you lose interest, but I think that interest will develop slowly and steadily. And I think if you don't push them,
2 children, right?
2 children, son's 21, daughter's 15, and I'm 26.
Paresh, that was a beautiful conversation. I'm sure I'm going to Roti Shoti after the show. There are many others. We wait to see you there. Can I have your wrapping comments, please?
So, big thank you to BizTalk, BMC, to your entire crew and your team, to the royal family, to the government of Bahrain, to the people of Bahrain for allowing us to be who we are, to allow us to let us live here like it's our own country. I was born and brought up in Bahrain, so are my kids, and many like me are there out there. So thank you so much for the acceptance. Similarly, we have an acceptance on board for anybody and everybody who wants to visit us at Roti Shoti Sarabjit's Kitchen. To your entire team and the crew, of course, whoever comes and tells us #BMC, your Pani Puri, Dahi Puri, Dilli Papdi Chaat, Samosa Chaat, Kachori Chaat is going to be offered at one deal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the least I can do.
Thank
So at
you
the end
so
of
much.
See you when you're hungry.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you, Paresh. Paresh's journey teaches us that sometimes the road less traveled can lead to marvelous destinations that we never even dreamt that existed. His story is a inspiration. It shows with determination and hard work, anything is possible. And his customers can be rest assured that they will always be greeted with a warm smile and the promise of a delicious meal at the Roti Shoti Sarabjit's Kitchen at the Juffa Beach with a luring callback. Yes, it is. See you when you're hungry. So that was the one and only Paresh Bhatia with us on BizTalk from BMC Global Live. Until we meet next week with yet another guest, this is Rajiv Unikrishnan signing off. Good night.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.